It's Street Talk, and I'm Loretta Rose. We're on location in Columbus, Georgia at Sports Vision 14th Annual High School Football Awards Luncheon. It is always a record breaking, awesome turnout that we look forward to every year. I am here to get highlights for you, and also special guest and keynote speaker is the incomparable head coach of University of Alabama, Nick Saban. He is on his way, and you're going to get a chance to hear it. I'm Loretta Rose. It's Street Talk. You're watching here on Beam TV. I'm Loretta Rose. We're here at Sports Vision 14th Annual High School Football Luncheon. It is awesome, always. And we have some recipients. Tell us your name and what school.
Michael Millage, and I go to Glenwood High School.
Ron Bochep, and I go to Glenwood High School.
All right, tell us what award you received today.
I got the Defensive Player of the Year for Glenwood.
And I got the Offensive Player of the Year for Glenwood.
That's those Gators, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I know all about it. Awesome. So what would you like to say to Sports Vision?
I would just like to say thank you for this opportunity, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you for this opportunity. It's all a blessing. Thank you.
Awesome. This is what's happening. Thank you, Sports Vision. They appreciate it. You're watching here on Beam TV.
Sports Visions is my dad's vision as well as DJ Jones's vision. They both grew up here in Columbus, like you said. They played in the 1980 National Championship for the University of Georgia, so go Dogs. In between time, I want to thank Thrift for continuing on, taking my dad's spot on the radio show. You are so appreciated, and for you all to continue to include him on the show. Sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't. It depends on what kind of day he's having, but he said he misses going to the Georgia games. So we appreciate you all so much, and I'll stop talking and let my brother talk.
How are y'all doing? I'm Dale Williams Jr. I currently work at Headquarter Nissan. I graduated from Columbus High School, graduated from Columbus State University last fall. I just wanted to thank the sponsors for coming out every year. Y'all have been a blessing to my family and DJ and everybody. My dad's vision when he was a little boy, him and DJ, was to talk sports and one day make something happen out of it. They were pretty talented when they were younger, and they wanted to find a way to give back to the community, and through this, they're able to do that. If y'all know my dad loves to eat. That's one thing he loves to do, so that's why we're able to have great food here. And one thing I wanted to say to the players and coaches, make sure that you work hard. When you work hard, everything will pay off. I will also say, well, Nick Saban will probably say everything he needs to say. One thing the media does with Nick Saban is they try to find a way to get into his team's head, but he he does what he does. And I'm a Dog fan. I hated to see them lose, but hopefully we'll get to play them again in the national championship. Knock on wood. But then again, I wanted to thank all the sponsors. We're speaking on behalf of my father since he couldn't be here today. And with that being said, we do have a video to show you all. And
thank you for supporting the Sports Vision Luncheon. Thank you for your prayer. Go Dogs.
all right. And those were some words from my dad. We do have a QR code to the GoFundMe if y'all would like to donate. Or if you would like to write a personal check or anything, you can write it to my sister Amber Williams or myself, Dale Williams Jr. And I'm gonna hand it off back to DJ.
Let's send them off with a big roaring round of applause. Thank you.
All right, we're talking to some more recipients from Shaw High School. Here are the students, and here's the coach. Tell us your name.
Paris Bailey.
I'm sure you're proud of your students.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen these two young men grow through the years, so I'm extremely happy.
I love the fact that Tim was sharing, or one of the gentlemen were sharing about how Kennebrew, how your impact on them as a coach is building them up to be men. I know you agree.
Yes, ma'am. That's the whole mission. It's bigger than football. It's more about what you do after football. That makes the
Absolutely,
difference.
absolutely. Congratulations to you guys. Okay, tell us your name.
I'm Marion Bryce. I'm Josiah Williams.
All right, tell us about the award you received.
I received the
Offensive Player of the Year for Shaw High School.
Okay, we can. It's not live. We'll do that part over. Okay. All right, tell us your name.
I'm Marion Bryce. Josiah Williams.
All right, and I'm sure you are excited about this. Tell us your position you play.
I played quarterback this year. I played outside linebacker.
All right, what would you like to say to Sports Vision?
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be on the video.
Absolutely.
I want to say thank you for blessing us to be on this video.
I love that. I love the fact that he said thank you for blessing us.
Yes, ma'am.
Giving them an opportunity to be able to showcase their talents and then give them acknowledgement
Yes, ma'am.
for their hard work. Now, as a coach, what would you like to say to them? Because I know you want them to continue the hard work, because this is a reward of the hard work.
This was voted on by the coaches, so the coaches believed in them, trusted them to nominate them for the award. So they just showed the hard work paid off.
Absolutely. I hope this continue to Let's wrap that part up. I'm gonna talk to the coach again, okay? Coach, as we get ready to close out, I want you to share with the guys about continuing the hard work.
The hard work doesn't stop here with the award. It continues on throughout your entire life. My dad always told me that your hard work pays off. So it may not come right now, but it'll come later on down the road.
Absolutely. You guys take that as encouragement and continue. Thank you, Sports Vision.
But the first thing I'd like to do today is congratulate all the honorees here. I know there's players and coaches alike that are being honored and recognized here for their achievements. And, you know, the great thing about football is, you know, any achievement that you're recognized for is dependent on other people doing what they're supposed to do so that you can have success. I think that's what makes it a great team game. You know, a quarterback can't operate unless the offensive line does well. The quarterback can't throw the ball to a receiver unless the offensive line and the quarterback do well. Linebacker can't make a play unless all the defensive linemen do what they're supposed to do. So I think the great thing about football and the great thing about our game is that any recognition that you get, you almost have to receive relative to your team and the organization that you represent. And I hope all the honorees here today accept their recognition with the idea that it's because of their team and the organization that allowed them to have the success that they had. And you sort of, any success that we have at Alabama is because the people in our organization, all the players, all the coaches, all the support staff, make the team what it is. And I think that's something that we want to congratulate all those that are being recognized, but we also want to make them aware that their team created the responsibility for that. You know, coaching is, to me, one of the great professions in our society in this day and age. And I know there are a lot of coaches here today, and I want to let you know that we appreciate you more than you know for what you do in helping young people have a chance to be more successful in life. So that's the goal of what we try to do. But because we play a game where there's always a reckoning for what we do, we have the opportunity to promote a lot of principles and values that will actually help people be more successful in their life. Things like togetherness, teamwork, discipline, being accountable and responsible to do your job, leadership. You know, all these things are things that can have a huge impact on your life in the future. And because there is always an accounting for what you did, how you prepared, how you practiced, how you got ready to play, there's always an accounting for that. Sometimes in society, you know, we don't have the opportunity to do that like we do in sports. And I think any sport, any coach has the opportunity to promote all these principles and values, you know, in their organization. So to help people have a chance to be successful, you know, when I talk about reckoning, you know, when I grew up, my dad said, cut the grass. Then when I came home for dinner that night, he pounded the table and said, did you cut the grass? Did you sweep the walk? Did you trim? Did you put the mower away? Did you clean the mower? And if any of those things weren't done correctly, I had to do it over again. So that's something that sports offers us now. You know, people set goals and have aspirations for what they want to accomplish and what they want to do. And they also have to understand, what do I have to do to accomplish these goals? That's something that I call the process. It's simply a definition of what do I have to do to accomplish a goal. And then there's another component of that, which I learned from Kobe Bryant when he came and spoke to our team a couple years ago. How do you have to edit your behavior to do it? You know, one of the players asked him, how did you score 60 points in the 82nd game of the season when you were 40 years old coming off an Achilles tendon surgery? And he said, I worked 8 hours a day for 365 straight days to play that season. They don't put that part on ESPN. So how do you have to edit your behavior? That's obviously something that he had to do differently to be able to play that season. And then the last part of that is you have to have the discipline to execute it every day. You know what you want to accomplish. You know what you have to do it. Do you have the discipline to execute it every day? And I think this is the thing that as human beings we all struggle with the most. Because I'm sure you've all seen some sign up in a locker room somewhere that says discipline is do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done, do the right thing, the right way, the right time, all the time. But I'm talking about self-discipline. You know, we make hundreds of decisions every day that come down to two questions. Here's something I know I'm supposed to do that I really don't want to do. Can you make yourself do it? And on the other side of that, here's something I know I'm not supposed to do, but I want to do it. Can you keep yourself from it? But if you can make those two choices and decisions correctly, you'll always be able to stay on the path of accomplishing the goals and aspirations of what you want to try to accomplish, whether it's in sports, your life, or whatever it is. But it comes down to this: feeling versus choice. You're going to do what you feel like doing, or are you going to choose to do the things you need to do to be successful? Example, I make all of our players on our team tell me, what are your goals and aspirations? What do you want to do? So a simple answer to that would be, I want to graduate and I want to play in the NFL someday. All right, so you come in my office, you missed 2 classes today, and you tell me you don't want to practice. How does that behavior sort of match up to the goals and aspirations that you have? What kind of habits are you creating to be able to do this? Both of my children went to Alabama and graduated, but how many times I heard, I don't feel like studying. I don't feel like getting up today and going to class. And I would say, I don't care what you feel like. Do you want to graduate? Oh yeah, Dad, I want to graduate. Well, then you need to choose to study. You need to choose to go to class. You need to choose to do the things that you need to do to accomplish the goals that you have. And this sounds really simple, all right, but sometimes not so easy to execute. But because players love sports, people love sports, it gives us an opportunity as coaches to be able to use what they love to get them to do the things and choose to do the things they need to do to have success in their life. You know, leadership. You know, one of the things on our team that was lacking early on this season was we didn't have a lot of older players. We had a young team, so we didn't have a lot of leadership. And you know, I asked the players one day, I said, why won't you step up? You have natural ability to be a leader. Afraid. You know, if you all had to get up here and speak, anybody, what's your greatest fear if you have to get up and speak in front of 1,000 people? What everybody's going to think of me. That would be the first fear. That would create anxiety. That would make it difficult for you to get up here and do this. Well, it's the same thing when your best friend or somebody who's very important to you, or your best teammate, or the best person that you work with, and you're concerned about what they think of you based on what you tell them. But yet, what you tell them is really in their best interest. You know, that's part of being a leader, is taking the responsibility to do that. Let's say we had a player who was going to get in a car and drive 126 miles an hour and had been drinking, and you were there and you could say, you're not driving, you've been drinking. He might want to fight you. You should fight him. Take his keys. Don't let him do that. How much better off would he be if he didn't have an accident, if he didn't harm someone else, and he didn't drive? So you might make them mad. They may even get mad at you. What's the best thing to do? So leadership is all about being somebody that somebody can emulate, setting a good example. But secondly, you got to be willing to serve other people. And you got to care enough to serve them for their benefit. Not your benefit. Your benefit is manipulation. Their benefit is actually serving them to help them. You know, I always ask the question when it comes to leadership, how do you pray? Do you pray to be blessed, or do you pray to be a blessing? Somebody else has to bless you, but you can be a blessing to everybody that you come in contact with every day in terms of how you help them, what you do to help them and serve them. But you have to be willing to take the responsibility for that, because sometimes you have to tell them what they don't want to hear. You know, the truth is a funny thing. You know, some people never want to believe the truth, all right, but you have to tell the truth. And if you're ever going to improve at what you do, you have to believe the truth. Because until you acknowledge the fact, all right, that there's something I could do better, then you're never going to really ever improve. Like, most of you didn't know me when I first started being a head coach 20 years ago or whatever, but I was the worst person with the media in the entire world. The absolute worst. I mean, I toy with them now, but I'm saying in those days, I was anxious, I was nervous, I didn't answer their questions very well, I didn't treat them with respect, I thought they were bad guys. I mean, it was, and they treated me like the till of the Hun, like I was a bad guy. And I would go home and tell Miss Terry, I would say, man, it just makes me mad that these people, you know, treat me the way they do, because that's not really who I am. And she said, did you ever look at yourself in an interview? When you're getting interviewed, you look nervous, you look anxious, you're uncomfortable, you don't treat the people very well, you don't treat them with much respect, you don't have much compassion for what they're trying to do and their job. So it made me mad when she said that. But the truth was, she was right. And I changed because of that. And probably wouldn't have been as successful through the years, because it doesn't create a very good image, not a very positive image, when you don't treat people the way you need to treat them. So we can teach leadership in coaching. We can teach accountability. Be responsible for your own self-determination. There's so many things that in sports that are important, that I have a job to do. I have to focus, prepare, create the right habits to do it. And you don't just do it, practice until you get it right. You practice until you can't get it wrong. So you develop the right habits so when you go in the game, you can do it the way you're supposed to do it. But that's really accountability. And there's nobody here that has a job that doesn't have to be accountable to something or someone. So to learn that and to be able to do it in sports is, a great lesson in life, that can help these young men be successful in their life. Pride in performance. I tell players all the time, and I'm sure there's somebody here that knows someone who is either a really good student who underachieves or a really great athlete who underachieves. Talent is not talent unless you can use it. You really can't do anything with talent unless there's character in the person, to have goals and aspirations and pride in performance and resiliency to overcome adversity. Because if you're going to be successful, you have to earn it. There's no entitlement, in the world, like some people might think. You have to earn what you get, and you have to focus on the process, not the outcome. But what do I have to do to get the outcome? So all these things that I'm talking about, accountability, self-discipline, being responsible for your own self-determination, they all determine whether you're going to have an opportunity to do this or not. So it's important that you understand what you're supposed to do, why you're supposed to do it, why it's important to do it that way, and do it that way all the time. Because we all should have a responsibility to be the best that we can be. And I don't understand this. I really don't understand this. Just like the reason that we played so well in the last game will be the best that we want to be. It's not really human nature. Human nature is to survive, to do what you have to do to get by. So to be the best you can be is really special. It's a special quality to win a championship. It's a special quality to want to be the best that you can be. But it's also a quality that's always been around. And everybody should acknowledge it. And I'm going to close with a Martin Luther King sermon that I always talk about because I always make the players listen to this in the beginning of the season. And he says, there's only one guy in a green stamp store in Montgomery, Alabama that I'll let shine my shoes because of the pride that he has in shining your shoes. Wants to be the best and gets a big old smile on his face when you tell him he did a good job. And then he goes on to say, if you want to be a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper ever. Sweep the streets like Michelangelo painted a Sistine Chapel, like Shakespeare wrote literature. Put a sign up that says the best street sweeper in the world lives right here. And if you can do that, you accomplish the best there is in life, knowing you did your best to be the best you can be, no matter what you choose to do. So this is not a new concept. This is something that we've all been striving for as leaders, to help people do. And we will continue to help them do it in our organization and our program for as long as we feel like we can still be a coach and do something positive for them. But I also want to acknowledge all the coaches in this room for the effort that you put in, and all the parents for the effort that you put in to help young people have a better chance to be successful. And look, we want to make them all happy, but we also want to make them all do what's right. Because doing what's right will always allow them to believe the truth, and the truth will set them free. So thank you very much, and roll tide, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Just a quick second, Coach. Right here, Bob. Right here. Thank you, Coach Saban. On behalf of the student athletes, the coaches, our community partners, Sports Visions presents you our 2021 SEC Coach of the Year. Thank you. All right, gang. Coach is he's on the move. He's going to spend a little time with the media. So, media guys, you guys can come up on stage. Coach is going to entertain a few questions, and then Coach, we're going to get you out of here.
Okay, thank you. And hey, it's just like I said, any honor that you get, you accept on behalf of the team. All the people in the organization who helped us be successful is the reason why we can accept and have an award like this. So thank you very much. Thank you.
We have some middle schoolers here at Sports Vision 14th annual football luncheon, and these gentlemen have been very inspired. I heard you all are middle schoolers. Tell us your name and what grade.
All right, Bryson Hughley, 8th grade, class of 2026, DB.
Ah, what school?
Fort Valley Middle School.
Okay, and your name?
Tristan Hughley, and I'm a 7th grader at Richards Middle School.
Oh, we're so proud of you. Were you inspired by what you saw today in Nick Saban?
Yes, ma'am. Very inspired by Coach Saban and his words that he had to say at the luncheon.
Wow, wow.
I was really inspired too. It was really, really nice to see Nick Saban.
Yes.
Especially because I think he's the best coach in college football.
Oh, sweet. So this is what's happening with Sports Vision. They are inspiring other young people in the community. And Saban, he really, really blessed all of our hearts. Thank you, guys. Continue. Tell us what school and your name.
Kendrick, my name is Daniel Walker.
Okay.
Jordan Hall.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Tell us what award you received today.
I got Defensive Player of the Year.
Ah.
I got Offensive Player of the Year.
Awesome. I am so proud of you all. What would you like to say to Sports Vision?
Thank y'all for hosting this event. Thank you for the opportunity.
Opportunity. I love it.
Thanks for the opportunity, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, are you going to pay it forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Because Sports Vision, Dale and DJ started right where you are. And look where they are. So you can see the possibility of what to come for you. We're super, super proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm talking to some attendees that were here at Sports Vision Annual Football High School Luncheon. This was your first year. Tell us your name.
Calvin Thomas.
Okay, and what school?
Stewart County High School in Luncheon, Georgia.
Awesome. So this was your first experience. What is your takeaway from it?
It was an overall great event, great setup, great speakers. I had an amazing time meeting new people, and just all the encouraging words that they gave me just filled my soul up.
Wow, I love it. I love it. See, Sports Vision, this is the impact, and this is what we get every year. And to have Nick Saban was also icing on the cake, right? Don't you think?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Even though I'm an Auburn fan, he gave me a great word.
I love it. I love it. But we all unified and came together for the great cause of the students, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow, this is what's happening here. It's Sports Vision. And now we have caught up with the one and only DJ Jones himself. Congratulations, DJ. What an awesome turnout.
It was a great opportunity to work, to basically honor and celebrate our high school student athletes as well as our middle school student athletes and our coaches.
I love it. I love it. I love how the young middle schoolers were so inspired. And I had an opportunity to share with some to let them know you all were right where they are. And are they going to pay it forward like you guys are doing?
Absolutely. Somebody poured into us, and we realized that. And again, we're very grateful, very blessed. And you know what? This is just God. It's God giving Dale and I an opportunity to show love to, of course, the kids that come behind us.
You know what I noticed with you all? Your passion turned into your purpose and your ministry.
Absolutely. I mean, you got a dream. You got a dream. And again, Dale and I sat under that porch light on that corner up in Benevista Estate many a nights, many of afternoons, and just, talking about this opportunity, talking about the opportunity to win a national championship at the University of Georgia, talking about an opportunity to, of course, make our parents proud, make our community proud. This is a great day.
Well, you guys got me today because when you call Loretta Rose, You see, I didn't move because I wasn't. I was
yeah.
totally shocked.
But you deserve it. You deserve it. You're
Thank
wonderful.
you.
You know we love you. Dale and I really love you, and obviously you picked it up. You know, without me having to say much of anything. I mean, you never said no. You were always there for us. I mean, of course, from the shows to just inspirational little talks together. And you deserve it. You work hard, and again, I wish this city was filled with more people like you.
Thank you. See, it is you all that makes it so worth it because, again, you are pursuing, flowing in purpose in your call. So thank you so much for the light that you bring to the city, and thank you for bringing it home. God bless you guys.
Same to you. And just, you know, if we can touch any young person's heart,
yes,
to let them know that not only they can do it,
yes,
but they got to dream about doing it. Because we saw it and it was out there.
Yes.
We worked hard, and we just wanted to make our town proud, our parents proud. We just wanted to make everybody happy and feel great about being from Columbus, Phoenix City, and of course the Tri-City area.
Absolutely. Well, you heard it from our hometown sports god, DJ Jones, and on behalf of Dale Williams as well. We thank them. God bless them. It's Sports Vision on Beam TV. It's Street Talk with Loretta Rose. We've been on location at Sports Vision High School Annual Football Luncheon. We want to thank DJ Jones and Dale Williams for allowing Beam TV to come in and highlight this wonderful event that they have every year for students in our Tri-City community. Also, it was so great to see our dear friend and brother, Dale Williams. Thank you all so much, and we want to thank all of the parents that have came out today as well. It was such a joy to see families out here supporting our young people. Again, DJ and Dale Williams, thank you for the lives that you're impacting. We love the fact that you all are transforming boys to men through your ministry in Sports Vision. I'm Loretta Rose with Beam TV. We have enjoyed this. Happy holidays.